German star Andrea Petkovic was forced to retire from her clash with Romanian Irina-Camelia Begu after collapsing while a best set in their first-round Australian Open clash. The former top 10 star collapsed behind the baseline after she struggled with a forehand return while ahead 7-6, 3-4, 30-30, on court 5. Cameras captured the moment Petkovic's arm appeared to lock in place over her head while following through on a looping forehand as she slowly collapsed to her knees. She then leaned forward and appeared to be sucking in deep breaths while facing the floor on her hands and knees. The 31-year-old then rolled onto her back and flopped onto the surface as first the chair umpire and then court officials came to her aid. She tried to get back to her feet, but again slumped to the deck to lie on her back. After a period of several minutes, medical staff were able to check Petkovic's pulse and blood pressure. Petkovic eventually returned to her feet and walked back to her chair, but she was unable to play another point. German media has reported she was only able to stay upright when recovering in her courtside chair because she was aided by medical staff, keeping her stable. Andrea Petkovic gets escorted off court at Australian Open. Getty Images. The match was officially abandoned with her retirement, allowing Begu to progress to the second round. When eventually able to stand, Petkovic embraced her opponent and walked off the court but was in a disoriented state, according to courtside reporters. It was heat-related. "I had the flu last week," Petkovic said. "Probably my body was just weak and it was more just exhaustion and the temperature. But I was cleared by the doctor. To play, I felt fine today, maybe a little weak. I couldn't work as hard this last week as I wanted to. But generally I felt fine, and then I felt a little bit in the beginning of the second set. My coordination was going off a little bit, with dehydration and the heat. I just hit the wall. Today I was really tough and really trying my best as much as I could, and I literally left it all out on there and tried my best for as long as I could. Unfortunately I hit the wall at one point, but I was really proud of myself that I battled through some adversity in the past days." Petkovic's collapse was far from the only distressing moment at Melbourne Park on day one of the Australian Open. English star Heather Watson said she battled a nightmare mix of anxiety and heat distress in her first round loss. She needed medical attention before becoming the first Brit to crash out of the women's and men's singles draw as she lost 6-1, 6-2 to Croatian No. 31 seed Petra Martic on court 14. "I felt faint and a bit dizzy on court. It's not the first time it has happened. It happens quite a lot, especially in these conditions and when it's high stress," Watson said. "I cannot continue like this. Tennis is lots of ups and downs. At the moment it's not clicking. I didn't enjoy that.